Finest Hour was my first Call of Duty game I've ever played. I've always wanted to go back and play it again to see how it holds up today, and for that good old nostalgia. That, and how else am I supposed to grow this channel? Ah! The game starts with wholly plagiarizing enemy at the gates. Seriously, what the fuck? After being subjected to socialist poverty, you meet up with Sergeant Pussycob, who will let you play red light, green light with the machine gun nests a few times. You pick up a rifle finally, and join the charge against Stalingrad. Seriously, what the fuck is up with World War II games and copying good films? I mean, it's not like you're gonna do it any better. Sergeant Pussycough leads you to a room with an MG42.
Oh god, no!
After a while, Pussycough gets shaky in his brekkie, and then you meet some bliet. The bliet tells you to do some shit, but, you know, she has a pussy between those legs, and, you know, the front line isn't a good substitute for a kitchen. In level 3, you play as the bliet. The level starts out fine with you sniping quite a lot of Germans. Then a private tells you to help him with his needs. So as a proper comfort woman, you'll do anything to alleviate a fellow comrade's stress. Halfway in the level, it turns into a close-range, tight-quarter underground area, which is quite odd coming from a level where you play as a sniper. Once you get down there, try to pick up an MP40. Also keep your Mosin a Gaunt, as there's a few areas where it will help out, namely those godforsaken fucking MG nests. I'm pretty sure this level is one of the more rememberable levels in the game. For almost 10 minutes you're sitting on your ass, picking off Germans, left and right. Quite literally left and right. I don't have any major problems with this level in particular, but I do think it goes on for a bit too long. Given that you're going to be using your rifle for literally the entire level, surprisingly they give you just enough ammo to complete the entirety of it using just that. If you're ever running low on ammo, there's 2 ammo boxes on either side of the sniping area. This level is also pretty damn easy, with barely anything posing a threat, save for those Panzerschrecks. As long as you have good aim, then you're Gucci, fam. You play as a different character this time around, a Russian tank commander. You'll have access to 2 new weapons, the Pipish and the DP-27. The pisser gun can hit fuck all, not even the broadside of a barn. The DP-27 on the other hand is just simply better. The weird-ass thing with the DP, though, is that sometimes the gun will recoil downwards, because that makes complete fucking sense. This level also pops your vehicle cherry. Any tank mission in this game here on after is actually pretty goddamn easy, probably except for the one in level 15, but we'll get to that later. Another tank mission that plays out similarly to the previous level. This time around, half of the level is an infantry portion. Not much to say about this one. Another fucking tank mission. Another fucking tank mission. But this one is good though. Beginning half of the level is the tank portion. The areas are wider, more open, although the Panzer Shreks are little annoying ankle biters. For the first half you can go apeshit all over an airfield, desecrating the lands with your manliness like I did to your mom's face. Second half of the level is an infantry portion with one of those goddamn things again. And keep in mind, you're going to be seeing a lot of those in the later levels. And I mean a lot. Once you storm the tower, you'll come across a map which shows you the directions to the G-spot. And then the Russian campaign ends. It kinda sucks half of the Russian campaign is just tanks. I mean, just imagine if we were to get more massive land charges like we did in level 1, except not so fucking short, and you can actually participate them in this time around. Shame. Such a missed opportunity. Level 9 starts the British campaign. Hope you lube up correctly, because from here on out the game's difficulty ramps up and starts shoving MG42 nests in the most inconvenient of places, and enemies start grenade spamming. And there's also a significant lack of health packs, especially in the future levels. What a winning combo! The level starts out in a nighttime raid with 3 different MG42 nests. There's a reason why first impressions are everything. If it looks like my aim is terrible, my game was darker than what it appears in the recording. It also doesn't help the fact that the Germans are wearing dark brown uniforms, which makes them even harder to fucking hit. After the nests, a tank comes rolling in which you have to take out with your sticky bombs. It's actually kind of tricky because it seems as if the sticky bombs have a lesser throwing range than other grenades, and it's also harder to tell if the bombs even landed on the tank, so I suggest just spamming them at close range just for good luck. At this point you should be running low on ammo for the Sten, so switch it out with an MP40. You'll end up with a lot of ammo for it. When you destroy the radio tower, you'll end up in a wider area with different buildings with different elevations, and more corners than an edgelord's knife. So make sure to look up, left, and right, and fucking everywhere, because this game's narrow-ass FOV ain't gonna do you any favors, man. At the end, you can mow down a bunch of Germans with the MB42, or the MG42, or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know, I'm pissed off. This level is when the game starts shitting the bed with the difficulty. Get good, scrub, or bang your head against the wall until the fucking wall breaks. This level, like the last one, has a bunch of multi-story buildings with more enemies than a porn star's gangbang scene. Then you have to play chicken with tanks twice. Except for the last one, just throw a sticky bomb at it. After the tanks, you'll be on a dirt road with a cheaply placed MG nest right around the corner and one at the end of the road. When you take out the MG nest on the building, go up to the floor with the MG nest to find a health pack. You're certainly gonna need it. When you destroy the caches of fuel, hug the wall to your right as there's a fucking MG nest just right there in the goddamn middle. When the first cache is destroyed, hug the cache to the left, as that's really the only piece of cover you have against the turret. I swear MG42s are gonna give me a fucking hernia. This level is a pretty short turret section. The one bad thing I can say about it is the aiming for non-ADS and ADS aiming are completely offset. When you're not ADSing, the gun fires too high, and when you're aiming, the gun shoots too low. Thankfully, the level is only around 5 minutes, so you don't really have to accommodate for such a thing, but it's fucking stupid. Fuck this level. And your mom. The amount of times I died in this level only rivals that of level 13. Do you like starting off with a fucking MG42 DP? Well, step right up, whore. When you spawn, immediately turn left and flank. Right up the stairs to your right is a health pack. With what's to come later in the level, you're going to need every single bit of healing you can possibly get. Before you blow up the wall, make sure to take out both of the MG nests. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad time. After you deal with the MG nest upstairs, just head directly to the wall. The enemies respawn indefinitely, and they sure as shit ain't gonna wait for you, so just tank through all the hits with all the health packs you've found. This part of the level is just straight up fuck shit avenue. Right before you escort Denhard to his location, head right up the stairs and take out the machine gunner on the half track. When the game tells you to stay near Denhart, what they really mean is glue your fucking ass right next to him. There were plenty of times where Denhart died instantly, even on full health, just because I wasn't close enough to breathe hot air down his neck. Thankfully, the anguish ends here, and so does the fucking British campaign. The American campaign starts, and so does a brand new circle of hell. Honestly, I'd probably argue that I've died more times in this level than the last one, let alone all the other levels put together in this game. Keep in mind, when you respawn or restart a level, you lose all of your health packs. And it doesn't help the fact that the American levels are not known for being generous with health packs. So just imagine playing these levels is like pistol starting E4M1 in Doom, for fuck's sake. When the building blows up, immediately go into the room next to the stairs to pick up a health pack. If the game will even give you it anyways. After you kill the Panzer on the second floor, the last door on the right will open up, having a health pack in there as well. This portion I'd recommend hugging the left side of the first tank until the tanks destroy the MG nests. When Benny Church says something about German anti-tank, go to the right side of the tank and shoot the two Panzer Shreks. Two Panzers will spawn directly in front, and the last one will spawn on the left on the other side of the barrier. No one will announce the location of the Panzer Shrek, so it's quite literal trial and error. You're going to need to limit the amount of rockets that hit the M12, as no point in the level does the M12 regenerate or repair. Right before you go through the arch, there will be a health pack towards the left corner of the arch. Once the tanks pass through the arch, 3 more Panzers will spawn to the left. After that, go to the right side of the arch through a doorway with another health pack. The streets are fucking ridiculous in this part. Hug the wall on the right and kill as many Germans as possible. Then just right at the curvature of the road, hug the thick booties of the tank until they deal with the MG nests. Right before you go into the building with the anti-tank, go behind the rubble of the bluestone building to find a health pack. In the room with the first Panzer Shrek, the door on the right will open up, giving you another health pack. Finally, you'll hit a checkpoint right before the underground tunnels. You're going to need the Thompson or the MP40 here. The Kar 98 or the Garand are not going to do you any favors. After the tunnels, it's a small turret section followed by the longest destruction Honestly, I was so pissed at the previous level that I really did not record much of this level. In fact, I forgot to record half of this entire level. I mean, once I got up to this particular point in the level, I just kind of had a small breakdown and just, you know, had a fucking hissy fit. It's not like this level is any easier, however. Level 15 is another tank escort mission. Thank God the game developers made this level pretty short, because otherwise if it was any longer, I'd chokeslam my fucking ballsack. Level 16 is a tank mission.
Thank fucking God!
A break from all the horse shit for the past 6 fucking levels. First area is a wide area for a very large tank battle. Later, driving down the road, you'll see plenty of Germans fleeing. It's actually quite cathartic mowing down these sauerkraut bastards for putting me through all this fucking shit. You'll come up to the first part of the town. It's easy to get overwhelmed here as the game throws a few panzers, flak cannons, and plenty of Panzerschrecks at you. Sometimes what I like to do is that I like to hide behind buildings and shooting just the very ends and fronts of the tanks. I mean, they can't shoot back at you anyways. Every time you destroy the tanks and cannons, you'll go through the infantry sections. These infantry sections are surprisingly tough, though it's mostly due to the lack of health packs. Right before the second infantry section, there's a very cheaply placed MG42 overlooking the building's entrance. In this ground section, in my opinion, is quite unnecessary and long-winded. It's just a shooting gallery with the panzers. And truth be told, that's one of my major complaints about this level. It's fucking longer than my dick! At the end of the level, you'll have to defend a church, which confused me at first because I thought there were no enemies spawning until I realized they just got stuck. Do you like hordes of enemies? Big ass areas with fuck all for cover? Grenade spamming enemies? Or my favorite? Hundreds of thousands of fucking MG nests? Let alone MG nests that are placed right around the corner? If so, then step right up and go fuck yourself! Also, want to know how many health packs I found? 5. Just 5. 2 of which were at the very end of the level. Fucking good old level design, man. Just keep on at it. This level has all the bullshit similar to the last one. Now just imagine you have to escort a fucking tank through all that shit. When the level starts, immediately pick up a Panzerschreck. You will need these for the fucking menagerie of MG nests this level has. Every time you come across an MG nest, just use your Panzer on it and keep the bar. You are going to get a good amount of ammo for it anyways. After the first MG nest, go behind it to pick up a health pack. Like I said a while ago, you're going to need every bit of healing you can get. Once you disable the tank mines, use your Panzer on the MG nest, then go to the right of it to find another health pack. Passing under the bridge is yet another MG nest, with only a wall for cover because the lazy-ass tanks won't move up. And after all that shit, you have to escort the fucking tanks through the fucking warehouses. Or you can be like me, where I had to go ahead without the tanks to the very end and realize they weren't following me, so I had to go all the way back simply because one fucking German was acting the Mickey. So one could only imagine just how emotionally tilted I was. Very tilted. Also, I only found 3 health packs in the entire level. Imagine going in a straight line to the other side of the bridge with fuck all for cover. Well, that's this level. The only cover you really have here are the support beams for the bridge and a few pieces of debris. During the early part of the level, one of the enemies on the left side of the bridge might drop a G43, and if you can get it to drop, use it, because it will help out immensely, especially with the final part. It takes getting used to aiming with the G43, as you have to aim slightly above the friend post and in between the 2 holdover markers. Just right after you get the G43, in between the pieces of debris is a health pack. You need to take cover and not get hit as much as possible, as with all the other previous levels, has fuck all for health pickups conveniently until the very end. Save your G43 ammo for the MG nests to come, as you don't really get a whole lot of ammo for it until you reach the part with the rolled over truck. At this point, you'll be faced with the fucking MG42 Bakaki. This is where your G43 will come in. Then try to get as much distance between you and the bridge's MG nests as much as possible. The MG nests will generally target friendly soldiers if they're closer and have a hard time hitting you if you're further away. Do not stop sniping until the game explicitly says machine gun nest neutralized. From here, the rest of the level is easy. The game showers you with weapons, ammo, and health packs. You go underneath the bridge to the other side with the anti-AA gun, and then the game ends. Playing this game again, I don't ever remember this game being this brutal. Maybe it was the fact that when I was a kid, I used to play games on easy difficulty, whereas now I was playing it on normal difficulty this time around. And I could only just imagine how hard it would be if I was playing on hard. Don't get me wrong, there are good points to the game. The music in some places is really, really good.
Yes! Take that! Direct hit! That armored column is a junkyard now! Thank you, Lieutenant. It has been one hell of a day.
Some of the levels, namely the American ones, have a good amount of environmental and graphical detail to them. That and the game features 3 different campaigns for World War II, which is certainly most than what most modern games can even offer. But I swear to God, if these fucking games start spamming MG42s as much as this one, I swear to fucking God I'm gonna shoot up a skull!